one of the first things, and I was like, I promise. I turned to her and go, I promise it's not like this every time. This
And,
is
like,
horrible.
I don't like when I'm sitting there going, I am capable, and I feel like I'm dying. All right. Anyway, okay, Mom,
Sorry.
you're totally fine. Thank you, Mom. Can you mute yourself? Okay.
Go away.
Seriously. Okay, since we're recording, I'll get started. So for those who don't know me, I'm Sophie. Joyce is my co-teacher tonight. She's down there for me. I don't know where she is for everybody else. But there are a couple of features on Zoom. Basically, everybody already knows this, but there's the chat feature, but also there's the reaction button at the bottom, and Hannah just reacted. So I'm going to ask a few questions. Go ahead and give me a reaction if it applies to you. Okay. So the purpose of this class is to share about the importance of sleep, what can be hindering you from getting not just like sleep, but really good quality sleep, and ways that you can actually get better sleep than what you have right now. So to get started, to kind of see like where people are at, why don't you go ahead and raise your hand or react if you struggle to fall asleep, if that's what your struggle is, one of your struggles. Let's see, you struggle to stay asleep. Okay. You wake up tired, not normal, like it kind of takes a second, but like you feel like you should have gotten a couple more hours of sleep. Okay, lots of reactions to that one. You feel low on energy throughout the day. You never really wake up. You never really get out of the grogginess. Or literally everyone's still, okay. And then I'm actually gonna say, react if you don't get good deep sleep, if your REM cycle isn't going all the way deep. Okay. So a couple of those apply to me or applied to me. I think we covered everything. Like everybody reacted to at least one of those. So we're all on the same page. I'm actually going to add one more reaction. React if you're currently tired. Okay. All right, so everyone. So fun fact, myself and Joyce are really tired right now. We have not been getting great sleep. I actually just got off of vacation and I got great sleep on vacation, but last night I didn't get good sleep, so I'm in post-vacation hangover right now. But I say that not to say like, oh, boo-hoo to us, but just to say like, what we are about to tell you guys isn't how to be perfect and never have sleep issues ever again. But instead, it's here are some really cool tools that we have at our disposal so that you can make sure that you're thriving. So Joyce is going to kind of talk to us about like why it's important to like set the tone to kind of get our brains in the right spot for appreciating sleep, and then we'll go from there.
Hey everybody, so yeah, like Sophie said, I have not been sleeping very well, so I'm like really tired today. But sleep is so important. It's important to your immune system. If you don't get enough sleep, it can weaken your immune system. You're going to be more likely to get sick. It can affect your emotions, productivity. If you don't get enough sleep, it can actually cause you to be stressed, which would make you get even less sleep. It can affect your digestion. Getting enough sleep.
Hey Joyce, sorry to interrupt. Apparently you're really quiet. Can you get closer? Can you just get closer to your computer maybe?
Yeah. Let me turn this on. Can you hear me now?
I think we can hear you. It's just kind of soft.
I wonder why. Okay, how about now?
Yeah. Hannah's when you're like this.
Okay, so the importance of sleep. Like I said, your immune system. It's important to your emotions. Being productive. Important, to keep you from being stressed. Your digestion, gut health, that is so important. Gut health affects your immune system. If your gut health is not good, affects your immune system, so forth. Your metabolism, not getting enough sleep can cause you to gain weight, lose weight, which then stresses you out. Getting enough sleep can help reduce inflammation within your body, which again affects your gut health, which affects your immune system, which would cause, affects your stress level. Again, getting enough sleep can help you be productive, can help you give energy. You need enough sleep to have proper brain function, just to function, on a normal day, and like we're saying, you know, Sophie and I were saying, you know, we're tired, we're not getting enough sleep, and I did a couple of brain things today, couldn't remember some stuff, and so I got frustrated. But you know, it can affect your body in so many ways that you just don't even realize. So we just want to give you some tips and maybe some oils and other things to help you get that good night's rest that you need to be a productive human being. So now Sophie's going to go over some sleep hindrances.
Yes. Okay. So these are some things that can really cause maybe the falling asleep part to be really difficult. These could affect the whole like staying in deep, like going into that deep sleep and getting that healthy REM cycle going. The main one is going to be stress. And so it's a vicious cycle where you're stressed because you're lacking in sleep and you're lacking in sleep because you're stressed. But as we all know that there are outside forces, like whether it be work or whether it be your kids or maybe marriage stuff, maybe it's you're traveling and you're not in your normal routine, maybe you're not eating right, you know, just things like that that can really get to you. Really, really hard stuff, really simple stuff that piles up, you know, whatever it is. So if you can kind of get to the root of what that stress is, that would be really helpful. If the root of that stress is sleep, then we've got some things coming for you. So there is that at least. So pain or restlessness, restless legs, maybe you have really achy muscles. Maybe you have, you know, like for me, I can get really bad neck pain, things like that. That can really cause problems when it comes to the falling asleep part. So that's something to consider. If you have like achy joints a lot, you know, that kind of stuff. We have a few things that can help with that. What we eat and drink. So I know a lot of people might be a glass of wine before bedtime. The studies are actually showing that that might be a hindrance. It might not be, but you need to look into that. And the reason you need to look into it is because it could be the best thing for most people and horrible for your personal sleep because everybody's body is different. You might have had a lot of like junk food throughout the day. And I am not a shamer when it comes to what you eat, but if what you're eating is causing poor sleep, then you're harming yourself in a lot of ways. And so just consider that what you eat and what you drink does affect more than, you know, the number one focus, our weight gain. It really plays a role in our emotions. It really plays a role in our sleep quality. So for somebody who they can eat, you know, Cheetos at like midnight and fall asleep and have great night's sleep. And then somebody else could have it at like 6 p.m. and they're like, all right, well, that kept me up all night. You know, whatever you want to put into that blank, like fill that blank in with whatever your thing is, maybe cut back, maybe don't eat it. Like start making those sacrifices so that later you can have the benefits. And then lastly, just a poor sleep environment. I am a like huge advocate for not having a TV in your room. I am a keep your phone on the other side of the room if you can. Fall asleep reading a book, not on a screen if you can help it, things like that. And that will really help your sleep environment. If you are need a night light, try to get one that has a red light instead of a blue light, just because red is really good. It helps your brain shut down. If you are somebody who needs like complete darkness, make sure you have dark curtains, make sure you have, you know, set yourself up for that. And also make sure that your space is a relaxing environment. If it's really messy, if it's, you know, got a lot of like just stuff everywhere, whatever, or maybe you've like eaten and there's dishes next to your bed, like clean all that out. Like you need to have a relaxing environment. So those are some things that can hinder your sleep, and hopefully some advice on how to get it better. And then Joyce is actually going to start us off with, or start us into the oils that are really good for sleep.
Okay, so some oils that can help you get a better night's sleep. And if you already have your premium starter kit, you already have these oils like Miss Hannah is showing. So frankincense, lavender, which we know is good for everything and anything. It's like the grandma who has the cure for everything. Valor, peace and calming, and stress away. Some other oils that are not in the kit are Gentle Baby, Roman Chamomile, Copaiba, Vetiver, Sacred Frankincense, Tranquil, and Rutavala. And the Rutavala I have never tried, but I have been informed by somebody that it's all the whatever, you know, you got to give it praise hands. It's a calming blend of ruta, valerian, lavender. It promotes feelings of relaxation. When diffused, you can apply it to the back of your neck, your spine, your feet, whatever. It helps to get rid of negative feelings and just kind of puts your mind at ease and relax. So take a moment, say thank you to Rutavala, and we'll continue. Okay. Some other things you can do are the Release and Freedom Sleep Kit, which I need to start to do these again. I did these before, and it's got, you know, great oils in it. It's a routine that you do at night, you know, at night, and you know, just I would highly recommend that if you can get it, just because getting yourself into a routine will help you get a good night's sleep. And these oils, you can diffuse them, roll them on, take internally. Just look at what the label says, follow what it says. If you're not sure, then, you know, get one of these little handy little guides that has all kinds of great information in it. And then if you're still not sure, just ask whoever helped you get enrolled, or, you know, just listen to this video. And now Sylvie's going to talk about some other things that help you get a better night's sleep.
Okay, so real fast. All right. So Epsom salts baths. These are Epsom salts, and I put my old like oils in it, like my old oil bottles that are empty in there, and it just kind of gets the last of them. But also you can just do a scoop of Epsom salts and pour whatever oils you like on there that are really good for relaxing. I try to take 3 to 4 Epsom salt baths a week, which sounds crazy, but it helps my sleep tremendously. When it comes to the deep sleep, like I get that deep sleep whenever I take an Epsom salt bath right before bed. I have fallen asleep in the bathtub a couple of times. I obviously didn't die, so it's fine. But that is what stays in my bathroom, and I highly recommend just getting, and you want to make sure that these are like scent-free Epsom salts, you know, clean, don't have anything else in them, because you don't want those chemicals on your body right before you're trying to fall asleep. The next is a supplement called Unwind. Does somebody have that one? Because it's not here. Okay, so Joyce has it. So they're actually individual packets. You can pour it straight into your mouth. You can do it into a little bit of water. It's got like this watermelon flavor, I think. And that is actually, it doesn't relax you, but it shuts your brain off. So you kind of stop doing the like stressful spiral that can keep you from falling asleep. And it's just really nice for the shut off that really anybody over the age of 20 needs. But also my foster daughter takes it, so it's really good for that stuff too. Sleep Essence, that is another supplement. I think Hannah has that one. That is melatonin galore. And if your body responds really well to melatonin, I highly recommend it. It's really good for getting you into that deep sleep. So if you're the person that struggles with the deep sleep or the consistent REM cycle, that one's a really good one for you. For those who are not melatonin friendly, I am one of them, I wouldn't take that, just because it can kind of make you feel like you got hit by a truck. So some people handle it so well and it's really good for their bodies, and other people don't, and that's just something you'll have to, you know, figure out for yourself. CBD oil specifically, and I forgot to grab my roller. There's a CBD roller. CBD oil, that one's amazing for the joint pain and discomfort that we talked about earlier, but it's also really good for relaxation. So kind of that calming vibes that we need. And lastly, Ninja Red is a supplement. This is the packet. It also comes in bottles, and you can do a shot glass of it. This is really good for your immune system. It's really good actually for energy levels, but sometimes I take it at night and it helps me to unwind at night. So it kind of is one of those great supplements that gives you what your body's needing. So if you're needing sleep, it'll help you relax. If you're needing more energy, it'll give you more energy. So really good supplement, tastes delicious. You and your kids will love it. But Joyce is going to talk to us about how we can support our bodies. So kind of that immune support, you know, whatever support while we're sleeping.
Okay, so first we're going to talk about gut health, because, you know, everything starts in your gut. And we have some products. Life9, which is for adults, is a probiotic that promotes, you know, healthy digestion, supports the gut health. Gut health then, again, supports your immune system. And we have Mighty Pro, which is for kids, which is a prebiotic and a probiotic. Again, it supports your gut health. And again, you know, everything seems to start in the gut. If you have a healthy gut, you'll have a healthy immune system, you know, that could possibly help you sleep better. Again, we talk about the immune system. If you're not getting enough sleep, that definitely affects your immune system. So you want something to support that. So we have ImmuPro. It's specially formulated for immune system support. You could also make an immune boosting roller, which would be 5 drops of purification, 5 drops of thieves, 3 drops of frankincense, 1 drop of oregano oil, carrier oil of your choice, and you just roll that on the bottom of your feet before bed. You know, joints and your emotions, you know, we need to make sure that we're comfortable, that we're not, our body's not hurting. Maybe you had a workout that day, or maybe you just had an emotional day. Things are just, you know, just very stressful. CBD, you know, for your joints, you could do the CBD muscle rub, which I use daily, or the roller, which mine fell off my desk. I can't show it to you. Or the oils like Sophie was showing, you know, just there's just so many things, because you want to make sure your gut health is good, your immune system is supported, and that your physical body and your emotions are in check as well. Now Sophie's going to talk about ways to get better sleep.
Okay, so we have spent the last about 25-ish minutes talking about all these different resources and tools. One of the things that you will hear from a lot of people is going the naturopathic route is a journey, and you're discovering a lot, you're searching a lot. And if you have the mindset, Marie Forleo wrote a book called Everything is Figure Outable, and if you have the mindset of I will figure this out, then you will find something that works for you. There have been some things, like I was freaking out about Rutavala because this took me from 3 to 4 nights of sleep for like a decade to now getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night. Like this one oil, I have other things that I take now that help, but this one oil, if I put this on the bottom of my feet every night, I will get good sleep. But that took me years to figure out. That took me a while. And so kind of having that mindset of what will work for me, how can I use this, that kind of thing, is just a really good place to be. It's also a really natural place to be. I'm not trying to use that word in a cheesy way, but if we kind of look at things as like a magic pill, then we're going to get frustrated. Like there's not really a here's the first thing I'm going to tell you, and that's the best solution. So if one thing doesn't work, move on, you know, find something else. If unwind is not helping you unwind, try CBD oil. If CBD oil isn't helping you unwind, try Rutavala. If that's not doing it, Ninja Red. Like just try different things until you find your sweet spot. So to get started and, you know, working through all these sleep issues and how to figure out your journey and all that kind of stuff, I cannot recommend this enough. Grab your essential oil premium starter kit, your PSK. Hannah's holding it up. It is 12 oils and a diffuser. So you have the option to diffuse, you have the option to use them topically, you have the option to ingest them. You are just set up with one of the most foundational products that we have. It covers a wide range, but as you heard, about half of the oils are good for sleep. So it really gives you that variety of options to try and see if those work for you. But they also work in so many other areas that it's like, you're not going to lose on that one. So that's a really great way to get started on the sleep journey. You get started with a membership with Young Living. It's just awesome. It's a great deal. I love it. I cannot recommend it enough. The other one that I would recommend is the CBD starter kit. Okay. I was like, what in the world's going on? The CBD premium starter kit. So we have multiple ways that you can join Young Living. So this is another one. You get some CBD oil, you get the CBD muscle rub, and you get the CBD calm roller. It's a great way to get started. If you've ever been interested in CBD, I highly recommend going with Young Living's. It is clean, it is pure, and not just clean, but like they're amazingly high standards of clean at Young Living, but on top of that, they have the essential oils added to them. And so that is really good for like multiple areas and multiple facets of your health and that kind of thing. So CBD is a really great place to start if you're trying to work on your sleep. Another option is build your own starter kit. So this is kind of your customizable thing. If you heard 3 or 4 things today that you were really gravitating towards and you really wanted, instead of getting our regular premium starter kits, instead of getting a regular, membership that way, you can actually get a what's called a basic starter kit, and you add onto it whatever you were interested in. A really cool way to get started would be even to get the Freedom Sleep and the Freedom Release sets. You get them together. Those are really great, amazing for sleep. I definitely conk out whenever I use them. So those are great, and they will last you. It's a 30-day what am I trying to say, routine that you do with this one, and then you do a 30-day routine with this one, but there's more than like 30 days worth of oils in here. So I could do like 4 or 5 cycles, of this with those oils, because they're like, a lot of them are 15 milliliter. So really great ways to start. Whoever invited you or sent you the recording link can walk you through that and explain all of that, and can make sure that you feel really comfortable with what you're doing. But we have options. That's the thing. Getting started on this journey is actually super simple, super easy, and can be super empowering, just depending on which route you end up taking. Lastly, I kind of want to talk about some resources that you don't feel like you're just like floundering and figuring out on your own. There's something called the Essential Oils Pocket Reference Guide. I always make a joke about how the only pocket this fits in is cargo shorts, but it is amazing. You can look up specific oils and what they're used for. You can look up specific blends and what they're used for, but you can also look up personal use, and so a need that you might have. We have things like the Oil and Glass book, which has recipes in it, including the immune boosting roller blend that I put in the comments, by the way, that Joyce mentioned earlier. We also have Facebook pages for education, and lastly, but not least, you have us. Those who invited you. We are here to make sure that you are helped and you are supported, like Tosh just did. But we are here to help you out. We are not experts, but we humbly walk alongside you and just make sure that you feel like you can figure this out, and that the one thing that maybe you thought was going to work and it didn't, you can figure out from there. There are other things, and you will find the option that works best for you. So we are hand holders, we are cheerleaders, we are pushers, we are pullers, we are walk besiders, like whatever the heck you need. But we're here for you. And with all of that, those who are here live, I would like to hear any questions or comments that were made. I was not watching the chat, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. So if anything was said, those who are assisting, you guys can mention it if you want to. Oh, the protocol. Thank you. Protocol was the word. Let's have a protocol.
I just want to praise hand Rutavala a little bit more, so I did not try it until probably like 4 months ago. I think it was like a freebie. And so I got it for free, and I actually got one on my account and one on Deanna's account. So I have like a backup already, which is really nice. But like the first time I used it, I like passed out. And we have this little funny joke at our house, because one of the times, like, I'll roll it on Deanna, the back of her neck, or like on her temples and stuff. And I said, hey, I'm going to roll the Rutavala on. And she turned around as I was about to do it, and I put the roller in her mouth. So now every time I'm like, hey, do you want some Rutavala in your mouth? She's like, I don't. It doesn't taste good. So it doesn't taste good, just so you know. But still, like, every single night, she's like, hey, I need my Rutavala. Just don't put it in my mouth. Like, it doesn't taste good.
Oh,
so
classic.
Love Rutavala. All the praise hands.
Yep.
Need it in your life.
I literally just want, like, anytime somebody's yawning, I'm like, have you used Rutavala? It's so good. Oh, it's so good. They actually ran out of it for a while, so I always have like 5. Stock up. No joke. So those who are already members, I'm like staring you down, waiting for you guys to start using it and reviewing it. And also because it's a roller, it will last you literally forever.
Forever.
And I do it on the bottom of my toes because I think it smells horrendous. Or it's just too strong. It's not like gross smelling, it's just too strong.
I like the smell.
And I can't handle anything that I don't like the smell of when I'm trying to sleep, because it keeps me up. Bottom of your toes, you don't smell it, but you still get the benefit. Best kept secret. that I'm
Yeah.
trying to not have a secret of it.
Kind of like what you were saying towards the end about, having to try to find stuff like through trial and error. This is a really big thing for me with sleep. And one of the things I've noticed is I'll get really into certain oils to diffuse at night. And then it's almost like my body's like, okay, I'm used to this now. Like, I'm not going to go to sleep to this anymore. So what I do is I like cycle through stuff. I can't do the same thing like every single night forever. I've got to do one thing one night, maybe 2 or 3 nights in a row, but then switch it. So that really works. If you don't think oils work for sleep when you diffuse them, it's probably because you're just really used to them. Try something different.
That's true. I definitely do, like, every night I do something kind of different just to mix it up. But I will say, ironically, it's the weirdest thing. Doing this every night doesn't cause a problem. So that's part of the whole journey. Like, you figure out, maybe some of you are the type of people that, like, you have to diffuse the same thing every night so your brain knows it's time to shut down. Like, maybe not. I don't know. Rutavala is definitely the one. Rutavala and the diffuser blend, lavender, copaiba, and stress away. That one's the one that Lindsay like told me about, and it's my favorite bedtime blend. But when I do both of those together, I'm like reading in bed, and when you go like cross-eyed, your eyes are like, just gotta sleep. Like, that happens within 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, but I really wanted to read. So just a warning, it's pretty quick.
That's me with peace and calming. Literally, I'll just be in a trance. Also, I'm so mad because Hannah did a giveaway a while back and I slept on it, pun intended. But the owl diffuser is so cute for
Yes.
kiddos. And I didn't realize that it has a sound machine and a light built into it.
Yep. And one of those lights is red, just like I talked about earlier with your night light. Red is a really good light to have when you're trying to fall asleep. I actually did it for a while. I need it completely dark person, so sometimes it was awesome, but sometimes I would wake up, so I just kind of stopped doing it. Other people are like, that's the game changer. So that's kind of nice about the owl diffuser.
The sound machine settings on that, I love that. It is so nice. So
It's
it's
also,
for adults too.
yeah, it's also apparently indestructible. So it's a little compact size that's great for travel. They did like a durability test. Every single one of them gets dropped 30 times before it gets shipped out. Like, so if any of it breaks or anything like that, like, they want to make sure that it can handle any child and its destructive ways. Yeah.
Like, what other diffusers, like, what companies out there go through all that effort to make sure that their diffuser is childproof? Because, like, if you're going to spend the money, they want to make sure that what you're getting is good.
Yep.
Just love that.
The last. Hannah made a really good point about cedarwood also supports your body's natural production of melatonin. So cedarwood is in Stress Away, but cedarwood is also an individual like oil, a single oil. So that would be a really good one, just for like, I like when we're supporting our bodies to naturally do what they're supposed to do, just maybe at a higher level than what they're wanting to do right now because of random crap that has happened to them. So I really do like that naturally cranks it up a notch. I actually have a friend who I'm going to be sending this recording to, so she'll hear this later, but she talks about how she can't have cedarwood or diffuse cedarwood or Stress Away at night on the weeknights because she doesn't get to work on time because she sleeps in too hardcore. So she's like, that's a weekend only oil. I was like, that's a good testimony.
I did that one time too. I did my sleep blend, which was the Stress Away, Copaiba, and lavender. And I put Rutavala on my toes. Legit woke up at 9 and I have to be at work at 8.
That day's done.
Was that like the best night of sleep of your life though?
Oh yeah, for sure. So Rutavala is my weekend roller.
Yeah, when I don't know if you guys have like sleep trackers, but I use my Fitbit. That's actually what clued me into my issues. It's really cool to see it like reading really high numbers now. But I've used like different sleep apps and they'll give you like percentages of how well, your sleep was, or give you scores, whatever. When you're in like the 90s and like hitting that 100, you're like, I won. Everyone else lost. I won. But Rutavala with that blend that Lindsay just talked about, this Stress Away Lavender Copaiba, I get in the 90s or like close to 100 when I use that one. It's so good. All right, any other questions, any other comments, feedback, testimonies? I really like this. Sleep is probably my favorite thing. Yes, Lindsay, go for it.
Okay, so I've already tried some stuff for this, but I wanted to see if anybody else had any ideas. I am a jaw clencher at night. It's usually when I'm stressed out. I don't really grind my teeth, but I kind of do. I don't know, it's weird. But I like clench and like bite down really hard. Okay, so Valor, yeah. So
On
I've been
your jawline.
Okay, I've been using that and I'm like, it's working okay, and I can tell when I don't use it, but I'm still doing it, if that makes sense. Like I can tell if I don't have it, and it like definitely makes a difference, but
Yeah,
you
might need to try something different then.
Yeah, I mixed Valor, Copaiba, and White Angelica, and then I also put CBD on too.
You said you don't grind your teeth?
No, it's
No?
more just I like clamp down pretty
Yeah.
hard. I like wake up and I'm really sore. I think it started with like the events that happened in March and through now. Uh, so yeah, does anybody else have any suggestions on that?
I think Sophie's looking it up.
Yeah, so teeth grinding's actually in the EOPR. And it talks about, so several of them are like valerian, lavender, Roman chamomile, peace and calming, and peace and calming too, Rutavala, stress away, tranquil, MU power, and then like different supplements and stuff. But it talks about massaging 1 to 3 drops of lavender, Rutavala, and valerian on the bottoms of your feet each night.
Okay, I'm gonna try valerian. I haven't tried that yet.
Try some different stuff and see.
Yeah. That's a really good point. So one thing also I was going to recommend is taking Epsom salt baths a little bit more regularly, because sometimes my jaw is really clenched when the backs of my shoulders are really tight.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. So that might be one of,
Lindsay,
yeah, go for it.
if you take your favorite carrier oil and do a couple drops of frankincense and lavender and actually just do a very light pressure jaw massage, I carry so much tension in my jaw right here just throughout the day. And so usually before bed, make sure you're hydrated, because it's like getting a massage. You want to make sure you're hydrated, but finding a couple different pressure points in your face and just doing a little massage might honestly help too. I do a 15 to 30 minute whole face thing at least once a week.
That sounds amazing.
There's also like, I do yoga for like when I have headaches, and a lot of times it's neck tension that can be the problem, or like shoulder tension. And they have you do the one where you tilt like left ear, right ear to right shoulder, and then you just kind of like place your hand and like let the gravity pull it. But one, they have you tilt your chin up and do that, and it's getting kind of that tension along your jawline and your neck. And so that might be a good one to do after you've applied the oils, like they're there and that kind of thing, and just get rid of that tension. But I think we just got you a few solutions, so hopefully they work.
Your homework and report back.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Yes, that's a really good, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think it's called TMJ, tight something jaw, or TJM, tight jaw, whatever it's called. People really struggle with it, and sometimes I do. So I'm really glad you mentioned that one. All right. Any other comments or questions? Going once. As you guys know, I'm a starer. Going twice. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this class. Let us know, whoever invited you, let them know if you have any questions or comments. And definitely let them know if you are ready to sign up and start on your journey to better sleep, because holy cow, your life will be changed. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a good night of sleep tonight.
Out.
Bye, everyone.
Lights out.